What is up, guys? Welcome to Loveshack Entertainment. And today we're doing a quick little deck profile video for you. It's been one we've been trying to work on for a while, and so I'll get right to it, doing a Mermail deck profile today. It's one we've actually had some requests for. I'm always bad at handling these introductions, so you'll have to forgive me for that. But this deck has kind of come back into relevance, especially with Neptibus, which came out in Breakers of Shadow, and it looks to be one of the better competitive decks, especially because more or less, it can just OTK really easily and has a good matchup against everything. So I actually tested out this build at Locals, went undefeated, but I mean, it's Locals, so it's kind of not a great test, but so I'll give you what I got, and as always, you guys can, give your thoughts or whatever. So, triple Mermail Abyss Gundy. The card's just really good. I know a lot of builds aren't necessarily playing it at 3, but I want to see it as often as possible. It basically allows you to turn your discards into pluses and get monsters back from the graveyard to enable combos. Of course, triple Megalo. What makes the deck so good, obviously. Discard 2 water monsters, summon it, you get the search, and then it's a rank 7, and obviously it triggers all sorts of effects. So it's just a plethora of good effects on a card that combos with everything in your deck. Triple Neptibus, this is the one from Breakers of Shadow. For those of you unfamiliar with this, and I imagine there's not many of you, but whatever, I'll throw it out there anyhow. You can send one Atlantean from your deck to the graveyard and add one Atlantean monster from your deck to your hand, except he can't search himself. And then if he's sent to the graveyard to activate the effect of a water monster, you can special summon an Atlantean from your graveyard, except himself. This allows you to resolve multiple Dragoons and to pull off all sorts of awesome effects, so it's just a really good card in general. And it's probably what makes the deck work as well as it does, because it adds like a speed element you didn't have before. Triple Abystius, again, some people don't like to play it at 3. I think it's really good at 3. It's a level 7, so it makes you able to go into rank 7s, and it also just speeds up your combos unless you get plays off. Not to mention it does combo with Tatsunoko to make Leo and other things, so just a good card. This is more like a Mermail variant than it is an Atlantean variant, but I like, what I've been able to do with it so far. Triple Abyss Pike, it can dead draw, but you want to get it first turn, so it's worth the drawbacks that come along with it, just because of how good it is if you're able to get its effect off. So obviously it combos well with Gund and your other Atlanteans as well. 2 heavy infantry, basically because you can pop stuff and get your extra normal summons. 2 dragoons, so that's basically like the, 1 marksman. So that's basically like the Atlantean core of the deck. I almost think I want to play 2 marksmen because I think it makes more sense to play 2 marksmen, but right now we're just sticking with what we got. But yeah, I mean, it just sucks when you draw into Neptibus and you don't have a target to add after you mill one. So, but yeah, so that's the Atlantean core. Unfortunately, not the highest of rarities. We're kind of plebs here at Loveshack Entertainment. 2 Abyssland, like the definition of dead draw, but at least with Abyss Sphere, you can do some stuff with it. This is one of those cards that I almost want to cut to 1 because I just don't really like seeing it all that often. But, for now it's here. 1 Deep Sea Diva. I wish I could play this at 3. It's really good just to bring out either Neptibus, which can set you up for a turn 1 win if you have Megalo, or at least to bring out, heavy infantry and get an additional summon. 1 Abyss Turge. It's just decent. I mean, you pitch 1, you add 1 from grave to hand. It's another 4, so make Abyss Dweller. 2 Effect Veiler. Probably the best card in the game right now. Might be worth it to play 3, honestly, just because of how good it is at stopping stuff. And it's a tuner, so it can get over things. 1 Gores, because you don't play much for traps or spells at all, so when you do have an empty field, Gores is just something that's really clutch later in the game. And then 1 Mooling Glacier, which is just really easy to make, and of course you can rip your opponent's hand. So that's just a really good, sometimes you can make them first turn, your opponent starts out with less cards, and it's just powerful. For spells, triple Upstart Goblin, because you want to get your cards as soon as possible. It's OTK oriented, so it's just good for that. 2 Instant Fusion. Nodin is a water monster, and so are your other ones. So using Nodin to bring back Dragoons and then make a Dweller gets you a free search, plus you have a Dweller on the board with 2200. And then we have 1 Abyss Scale the Mizuchi. This is pretty much like a one-of. You search it with Megalo. You equip it to a Mermail, and then it negates an opponent's spell. Also, that monster gains 800 attack. So just it's good to make your OTK a little easier. 1 for 1, 1 for 1. That's a weird one to say. Soul Charge. Salvage, just a one-of. Get your Divas back, get Neptibus back. It's usually much better later in the game than it is. 1 Mass Change 2. Mass Change 2 is just really cool for acid plays, and honestly, it works out a lot better than you think, especially because you can discard Abyss Gundy to be able to use it. So it's just one of those cards that I was kind of questioning at first, but it's pretty good, all things considered, and I like it a lot as a one-of in there. And then for traps, just 2 Abyss Sphere. Unfortunately, 1 ulti and 1 ultra. I don't have 2 ulti rather, but really good card still. It does enable you to make a lot more plays, but more importantly than anything else, end phase combos with Lyn to really speed up your your deck. And then for the extra deck, one Abyss Dweller, because it's amazing. I've actively thought about playing 2, because you probably should be playing 2 Abyss Dweller in the deck, if you're playing the deck at all. 1 Masked Hero Acid, 2 Elder Entity Nodin, because you play the 2 instant fusions, and that nonsense with like 3 instant fusion and 2 Nodin doesn't make sense to me. I understand you want to see it quicker, but it seems like a waste of a card. 1 Leo, because it's awesome, because of Tatsunoko. 1 Abyss Gaios. It's one of those things I don't go into too much, but I go into it enough that it's worth it to play. Shark, MVP, because obviously Dragoons works off its effect. 1 Goyo. I don't really like DeLorean, honestly. I guess it's decent, but like Goyo's better. And DeLorean just most of the time is just sitting there as a 2000 beater you don't want to go into. So I like Goyo better. Castel is Castel. Big Eye, you know, again, rank 7. Armory Arm, I'm still playing DeLorean currently, but like, I don't know, I don't like it. I definitely would drop it, like, if I could find something else to put in. It's more or less kind of lackluster. Maybe a Draco Sack, honestly. 1 Gungnir, awesome card. You don't make him too much, but it's decent when you can. 1 Armored Kappa. This is absolutely garbage. I don't understand why decks play it, to be honest with you. It's absolutely useless. I'm gonna take this out. I think it's bad. So I just don't like it. 1 Tatsunoko, because it's really good with Diva and Neptibus, and then 1 Trish, because obviously it's easy to make. So it's a pretty basic extra deck, and I'm just realizing now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 16 here. I know someone's going to mention that in the comments below, so let me beat you to it. Just pretend Armored Kappa is not in there because it's trash. So yeah, thank you guys for checking out this video. I hope you enjoyed it. We try to do some more deck profile videos, but we've done a lot of them in the past couple of weeks, and don't have too many more decks left to profile. So hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please leave a comment down below, like, subscribe for more, and we'll see you next time right here at Loveshack Entertainment.